trop fort il n'a jamais connu de toi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Si je t'aime pas, regarde toi.
Welcome to Salisbury University's Fulton Hall, where singers, guest musicians, and other artists gather to train and make magic on campus. I'm Dr. John Wesley Wright. I'm the voice coordinator at Salisbury's Department of Music, Theater, and Dance, and the coordinator of the opera workshop. This year's ensemble performance, Puccini and Friends, takes place April 21st through the 24th in the Great Hall of Holloway Hall and celebrates the great works of Giacomo Puccini, Verdi, and other composers. Today we will meet a few of the singers and hear some of the selections we have prepared for those performances. Our first guest is baritone Jeffrey Todd. Welcome, Jeffrey.
Thank you. Always good to be here.
First, can you give us some background about yourself and why you decided to study music at SU?
Yeah, okay. Well, I started music when I was 10 on trombone, actually, in elementary school. And I didn't really know I wanted to go to college. And in my senior year at Wacomico High School, I joined the Visual Performing Arts program for Wacomico County. And it's a really great program that trained me for a collegiate musical environment and collegiate music education, and I started singing art songs, and I really got interested in opera, and I auditioned for Salisbury, and here I am. And I stumbled upon a jewel, really, like a really great experience and a great training that I've experienced just so far in my first year here.
Great. Well, we're really glad you're here. And I happen to know that you've competed and won some very prestigious competitions recently. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. The first competition I did in anything ever was NATS, the state level NATS competition for
and NATS
Maryland
is the
and DC.
National Association of Teachers of Singing.
Yes, at the state level, and I took first place in both my categories, musical theater and college, lower college, musical theater and classical.
Wonderful, congratulations.
College, yeah.
And how would you say your training so far at SU had prepared you for those competitions?
Well, certainly the first thing that comes to mind is performance class, which relieves some performance anxiety as I'm, growing as a musician, and especially my theory and perception classes has developed my musicianship and really the ability to appreciate the music that I'm performing and be able to perform it well, of course, with my applied lessons as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, I bet your voice lessons have something to do with that
yeah,
too.
I guess. Yeah.
So in the opera performance, you are playing several roles. I'd like you to tell us about those roles and maybe say which one is your favorite.
Sure, okay. So I'm doing a duet with a tenor that you all will soon meet, and it's from Pearl Fisher's. It's the Pearl Fisher's duet. I play Zurga, and the tenor is Nadir, and we are reminiscing on a woman who we had previously loved, the both of us, and realizing that we still have those feelings for her.
Fighting over a woman.
Yes.
Well, not really fighting, but you are in love with the same woman.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, and eventually we decide, we've been friends for a while. We're not gonna worry about that woman. We're gonna stay together and not worry about that.
Best bros.
Bromance. Romantic opera.
All right, we have romantic opera and bromantic opera.
That's a big difference.
All in the same program. That's great. Jeffrey, thank you. I wonder if you would be willing to give us a sample of something that you're singing in the opera.
Sure, I'd like to do Te Deum from Tosca.
Great. Could you set that up for us?
Yeah. My character is Scarpia. He's the head of the Roman police circa early 1800s, about Napoleonic War era, and he's really corrupt. He's a misogynist, sexual predator, evil man, and he finds this opera singer, almost like an opera inside of an opera, but finds this opera singer named Tosca, and he really gets attached to her, and although she's married to a painter, and he is saying in this aria, "You can go off and do your thing. I don't care if you are affectionate towards me. I don't care if you even like me or anything, because I'm gonna have you whether you want me or not."
Well, my goodness, it looks like you get a little bit excited about playing the evil guy.
Yes, the villain's always fun.
Wonderful. Let's hear the Te Deum from Puccini's Tosca.
Tre spirri, una carrozza, resto, seguila fun che fata, non visto profeti,
Sta bene il convegno.
palazzo farnese. Fa Tosca, nel tuo cuore sanita scarpia. Fa Tosca, e scarpia che ciocchiavo il falco della tua gelosia. Quanta promessa nel tuo pranto sospetto, nel tuo cuor sanira scarpia. Fa Tosca, doppia mira, tento il voler, il capoter ripelle, è la più preziosa di quegli occhi vittoriosi fete la fiamma languidir con spasimo d'amor fra le mie braccia, languidir d'amor. Luna il capestro l'altra le mie braccia. Tosca mi fai dimenticare Dio, se a te non patrem omnis terra veneratur.
That was Jeffrey Todd singing the lead role of Scarpia in Puccini's Tosca. You can see Jeffrey and hear Jeffrey in the performance that the Opera Workshop is giving April 21st through the 24th in the Great Hall of Holloway Hall at Salisbury University. Let's also thank Dr. Folger, who accompanied Jeffrey on the keyboard. Our next guest is tenor Syed Jafari. Welcome, Syed.
Thank you for having me.
Let's ask you now. Tell me, Syed, tell me a little bit about yourself and what led you to a degree at SU.
Well, I started at SU 3 years ago. I'm a junior this year. I started off as a biology major, but after my first semester at SU, I decided to switch to a music major with the idea in mind that I would use this untraditional track to apply to med school and be different in a way than the rest of the people that are also applying to med school, because my goal is to be a physician, but music is my passion, and this is an outlet for me to express that in a unique way. So
that's fantastic. So you plan to be Dr. Syed Jafari. Is there an area of medicine that you
at first
leaning
glance, I would say ear, nose, and throat, just because it exemplifies what I'm learning in school every day from my teachers in the music department, etc. But once I get into med school, fingers crossed, you'll never know what happens. So
great. We heard a little bit about Jeffrey's experience with the NATS competitions. Mm-hmm. You too have had some good success. Could you share some of that with us?
Well, I was fortunate enough to compete in the National Association of Teachers of Singing state competition for Baltimore and DC, and I placed second in musical theater category and third in the classical category, and I was able to move on to the regional portion of the competition in Charleston, South Carolina. And I was fortunate enough to qualify for nationals for both those categories again, musical theater and classical. So
terrific. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's great. And you also are singing several roles in the opera, mm-hmm. and I'd love for you to talk about the roles you're singing.
So one role that I'm playing is Count Loris in the opera Fedora, written by Umberto Giordano.
Okay.
And my character is sort of the antagonist in the opera. He's like the villain, just like you were saying to Jeffrey, like playing villains. It's a good role to play. But the particular aria that I'm singing for that role is Amor ti vieta. And a little background of the story, Count Loris has murdered the female lead, Fedora's fiance. And Fedora plans on taking revenge on Count Loris and pretending to fall in love with him to get, her revenge. Little does she know that Count Loris actually does love her and is now professing his love to her in front of a group of people, and, who knows what could happen.
It sounds like 19th century reality TV.
It definitely is, like Kim Kardashian. So.
Wow. And you enjoy doing this very much.
Oh yeah, it's very dramatic, and it's very, it's a short piece, but it's full of energy, and I love, performing it, so.
Now I have a different question for you. Okay. The name of your opera program is Puccini and Friends. Mm-hmm. Umberto Giordano, the composer of the aria that you just spoke about, do we have any idea if Giordano and Puccini were actually friends?
I think it's very possible. Puccini and Giordano, they lived in the same time period. Their works were both released in, opera houses in Milan at the same time. So if they were not friends, they definitely knew of each other and appreciate each other's work. So I definitely think it's possible.
Wonderful. We're not going to let you leave without singing. Do you mind singing the Amor ti vieta for us?
I would love to. Thank you.
Wonderful. Syed Jafari to sing Amor ti vieta from Giordano's Fedora.
No cerca la stretta della mia man, la tua pupilla esprime t'amo, sei labbro dice non t'amerà.
Thank you, Syed. Again, I hope our PAC 14 audience will come out to see the performances of Puccini and Friends on April 21st through the 24th at Salisbury University in the Great Hall of Holloway Hall. We have one more guest tonight, and I'm just so delighted to have a Salisbury University alum back with us, Katrin Thali. Katrin, welcome.
Oh, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
You are a beloved person in our community, and it is a thrill to have you back. But this is not your first time performing with the ensemble, is it?
No, nope. I had the pleasure of being introduced to Salisbury University through a cultural event in Salisbury, the American Spiritual Ensemble, and I decided I really needed to go back and study and follow my passion, and so I think I gave you a call, right, and said I need to study with you, and so that begins the story, and I have performed the Mother in Amal and the Night Visitors here with Opera Workshop, and also Ruth in The Pirates of Penzance, which was a total blast.
And if you don't mind saying, when was it that you graduated?
I graduated in 2011.
2011.
Yes.
And could you tell us a little bit about your journey since 2011?
Since 2011, I, again, through the American Spiritual Ensemble, I met Dr. Everett McCorvey from the University of Kentucky, and he invited me to audition for their graduate program. And I auditioned and was selected as a competitor in the All-Tech Vocal Scholarship Competition, and I won second place, which was completely paid for. It was tuition, a graduate assistantship, so I had a job when I was there, and a cash prize that paid my rent for my entire degree. And so I couldn't say no. It was a gift, and it was something that I dreamed of when I was much younger and never thought that it would happen. So since then, I've completed my master's degree at the University of Kentucky, and there I was also able to sing the role of the Countess in The Marriage of Figaro, and I played the beggar woman in Sweeney Todd. And this past season, I had a very unique opportunity to assistant direct our opera program in Mozart's Così fan tutte.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Impressive, wonderful. We just, the joy of having you back is, we get to sit back and gloat. We get to enjoy your successes along with you. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank
It's
you
such a
so
gift to be here. It's really an honor to be invited and to be able to invest in the program and give back to what I feel like was such a gift to me.
You are playing the title role in our one act, which is our feature performance, in Puccini's one act called Suor Angelica. Suor Angelica, or Sister Angelica for our audiences. Tell us a little bit about your preparation of the role of Sister Angelica.
Well, preparation for any role takes quite a bit of time. Lots of people think you just learn the notes and sing some pretty songs, but really there's so much more to it. And so it began with learning the text and translating it word for word from the original Italian into English, and really studying that and then learning the music. And I have wonderful vocal coaches and acting coaches at the University of Kentucky that really took the time to send me here fully prepared. And so it's been a journey, and an emotional journey as well. I think that that's very important to remember when you're preparing any role, because you want to connect to the character. You don't have to loan them every ounce of pain or joy that you've ever had, but
Right.
you do need to connect in some way. And so that's part of the journey as well.
Wonderful. One of the main arias, the most famous aria from Sister Angelica, is an aria entitled Senza Mamma. And it is, I believe, an aria that some of our audience members probably are familiar with, but we're not quite sure what opera it came from or where it came from. Would you mind singing it for us today?
I'd love to. Thank you.
Senza mamma rimoto sei morto, e tue labbra senza I baci miei, solo riron fredde, fredde, e chiudesti o bimbo gli occhi miei. Non potendo carezzarmi, le mani mi componesti in croce, e tu sei morta senza sapere dove amava questa tua mamma. Ora che sei un angelo del cielo, ora tu puoi vederla, la tua mamma. Puoi scendere giù pel firmamento, che valeggiare intorno a me ti sento, sei qui, mi baci, m'accarezzi, ma dimmi quando in cielo potrò vederti, quando potrò baciarti, e dolce fede d'ogni mio dolore, quando in cielo con te potrò salire,
Now that's what we like to hear from our alumni. We're so delighted to have Katrin with us, and you can hear her on April 21st through the 24th in the Great Hall at Holloway Hall, our opera performance, Puccini and Friends. Unfortunately, we don't have time to give one-on-one interviews with the entire ensemble, but we do have time for one more ensemble piece. While they set up, let's take a look at some scenes from past opera ensemble performances. And now it's my pleasure to present the Salisbury University Opera Theater Ensemble performing a portion of Carmen's Habanera.
L'amore t'offre il n'a jamais connu de moi. Si tu n'aimes pas, je t'aime. Si je t'aime pas, toi, regarde-toi. Si tu n'aimais pas, si tu ne m'aimais pas, je t'aime. Regarde-toi. Si je t'aime, si je t'aime.
What a fantastic song. During the live performances, we will have guest mezzo-soprano Lucia Bradford from the American Spiritual Ensemble. She's a singer from New York, a wonderful singer, and you will enjoy and have an even richer experience with Lucia in the role of Carmen. If you're like me, you're looking forward to hearing that and more during the Opera Theater Ensemble's Puccini and Friends, once again, April 21st through the 24th, 8:00 p.m. and Sunday at 2 p.m. See you at the Great Hall of Holloway Hall on Salisbury University's campus. Thank you very much.
L'amore t'offre il n'a jamais connu de moi. Si tu n'aimais pas, je t'aime. Si je t'aime